This is the intro song. This is the intro song. This is the intro song. History. This is the intro song. This is the intro song. This is the intro song. More like history, I got your nose.
Welcome back to the 4th episode of the 6th season of In the Jungle. We're so happy that you all are joining us on this beautiful Friday evening. It's the last Friday of February, and as we all know, February is Black History Month. And so on tonight's episode, we wanted to talk about history a little bit. So we have some great things coming up for you. We have some people talking about Auburn history. We have some historical words that have been used throughout time. And we're also going to make a little history on tonight's episode. So make sure you stick around and watch the whole episode with us, and we hope you enjoy.
So this here is the story about a man named Brady about the Rec Tech Parade and why it's important. So the year was 1903. You can quote me on that. Auburn had been playing Georgia Tech in football for many years before that, and they would go back and forth to play each other from Auburn, Alabama to Atlanta, Georgia, where Georgia Tech is, obviously. But cars hadn't been invented yet, so they couldn't drive or like take buses or planes or anything. So they would get on the train and they would go choo-choo one way or the other. So that brings us to the Rec Tech Parade, right? So that's in 1903. A bunch of Auburn seniors had lost to Georgia Tech for their other 3 years, and they said, I really want to beat Georgia Tech. And the other seniors were all like, yeah, us too. And so they were like, how can we do this? They said, what if we play a fun, hot tubs are fun prank on them. And what if we do that? And the other seniors were like, yeah, that's a great idea. So the prank that they came up with was to get all this grease, right? And so they put it on the train tracks. Because I don't know if you know this, but trains, when the wheels are on the tracks, like they have to stop or else the train's going to keep moving, which is no good. So the train couldn't stop because of the grease, and so it kept going. And instead of stopping in Auburn like it was supposed to, the train stopped in Opelika, Alabama, which is like a mile and a half past. So the Georgia Tech players, they couldn't go backwards because like it's a train, you can't go backwards. So what they did instead was way funnier. And they put on their pajamas and they got off the train and they walked to their hotel. So they walked a mile and a half, and that was the original Georgia Tech Parade. And then Auburn won the next day, like 64-3 or something crazy like that. And so ever since then, whenever we played Georgia Tech, we always wore our pajamas, because Georgia Tech, right?
Shenanigans. Pin that.
Hello and welcome to the history edition of Shenanigans. Today I'm going to be doing something that should have been done a long time ago. We're going to bring back some historical words that people aren't using anymore, but they should be. Like, there are so many words that have existed that have just been ignored in the past few centuries. And my goal today is to change that. Get ready for your vernacular to be changed for life. A pillgarlic is an old 16th century word for a man with a bald head, because their heads were supposed to resemble peeled garlic. So if you know someone bald, make sure to call them a pillgarlic next time you see them. It's not an insult, it's just a fact. Pig's eye is actually a term that Chaucer coined. Comes from the term pig's eye, which means sweetheart. So pig's eye is a term of endearment. And you can take your pig's eye on your flitterwalkin' after you get married. Flitterwalkin' is an old word meaning honeymoon. It also sounds way cooler than honeymoon. So deipnophobia is the morbid fear of dinner parties. So if your friends are getting together and you just don't want to go, sorry guys, but I have some serious deipnophobia. To grope means to look at someone while they're eating with the hope that they'll offer you some food. Most of us are guilty of this. But you can't grope if you have deipnophobia. A doodle sack is a way cooler term for a bagpipe. So if you can play a bagpipe, you can play a doodle sack. Oxter means armpit. It is not a mix of an ox and an otter, although that would probably be pretty cool. Winkapeeps. These are Winkapeeps. Just another cool term for eyes. So now let's put it all together in one sentence. My pig's eye is a pill garlic, and while we were on our flitter walking, he had dipnophobia and groped with his Winkapeeps, all while holding a doodle sack with his Oxter. See how cool talking is with all these new words? I hope that you'll start incorporating these into your daily life. Like when you see your boyfriend, hey pig's eye. Or when you just get out of the shower, you can tell your roommates, yeah, I just shaved my Oxters. It'll make you seem way more interesting. Keep using cool words.
So, you know the Auburn Chapel? You know, over there by J&M, that chapel, yeah. Anyways, back in the Civil War, it used to be a hospital. So like when soldiers would get shot in the head, they had to go in the hospital. And so one of the people in the hospital was named Sidney Grimlett, and he got gangrene, and they had to cut his leg off. They cut his leg off. So he gets gangrene, and they cut his leg off at the knee. Okay. Fast forward about 50 years, and we get a theater department. And the theater department starts doing shows in the chapel. And we find out Sidney Grimlett is still there. I mean, he starts hiding our props and turning off our lights. And like, we can't even do a show because this ghost of this old Civil War dude with only half of a leg starts with us. So we get a new building over Telfair P. Telfair P. Over on the other side of campus. So we go over there, and we're really sad because oh my God, my socks are so cute. They got smiley faces on them. Look. Anyways, so we invite Sidney to go with us, and he said yes. He said yes. It was so beautiful. Anyways. But now, I mean, we found that there's only one way to counteract these performances that he keeps continuing of just ruining our stuff, and we have to leave candy for him up in the catwalk rafters. So if we don't go up before the show and leave candy in the wrappers for this ghost of the Civil War soldier with only one leg, he like pulls the fire alarm during the show, or he breaks a prop, and it's like really bad. I mean, so one day a stage manager, decides not to leave the candy for Sidney, and he pulls the fire alarm in the middle of the show, and all the audience has to go stand out in the parking lot. Yeah, so, I mean, he likes peanut butter a lot. That's his favorite kind of candy. He likes Reese's peanut butter cups. But yeah, so that's Sidney. I mean, he loses his leg in the war, and now we have to leave him candy.
Seriously? Seriously? Seriously?
The FCC took massive steps this past week, implementing Title II regulation under the Telecommunications Act, and for every single ISP in the country, they've implemented net neutrality. Now, some of you may not know what net neutrality is, and just a quick little background on that. Net neutrality is the idea that every single piece of internet traffic should be treated the same, whether it's your YouTube video, or if it's someone's Facebook picture, or if it's a small site where you're buying dog biscuits for your baby at. But all of the cable companies are staunchly against this idea. Think Comcast, Verizon, AT&T, Time Warner. They all want to say, no, we're not going to have that kind of bull in our world. And seriously, you don't want to treat all internet traffic the same. Understandable, since they are after money, but by allowing different speeds, internet service providers, or ISPs, are able to treat some parts of the internet differently. To be more precise and to be in line with our theme, it's about 3/5 as nicely as they treat other parts of the internet. Also, we want to highlight another particular point of this. Time Warner Cable has been proposed to be bought out by Comcast in a mega merger worth $45.4 billion. And now Comcast argues that there's no competition. Comcast says, well, we're in Philadelphia and Time Warner's in New York, and Comcast is in San Francisco and Time Warner's in LA. And that's the point. There is no competition. In America, internet speeds are slower than almost any first world nation. And you have to think about that for a second. We created the internet. Seriously? We're gonna sit here and have some of the slowest download speeds with the highest prices and no competition. Seriously. And then Comcast has the audacity to say, in a federal hearing, they have the audacity to say that cell networks are a suitable replacement for land broadband internet. Seriously? When was the last time that your Sprint 4G could do anything besides suck balls? Going on to the next topic here, Verizon sued the FCC in 2010. And so, that's how the original open internet rules got struck down. And now Verizon wants to release a press statement to everyone saying, Throwback Thursday, using 1930s regulation to rule the internet. Seriously, Verizon? You sued the government to get rid of the original rules that weren't too bad now. So stop being a bunch of and realize that you made your bed, now lie in it. Another group, besides the cable companies who's lost touch with reality, is Fox News. And I can't even give Fox News a seriously because at this point, we should all be adjusted to it. Fox News had the audacity to run the headline today that accused President Obama of meddling in the FCC's affairs. And to Fox News, I am going to give you a seriously, Fox News? Over 4 million people submitted comments to the FCC. Not only do Google, Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and all these other wonderful internet companies who help to innovate and spur competition, not only are they behind net neutrality, but 4 million Americans. Seriously, Fox News? Could you be any more unrealistic? Now, we want to just say thank you to the FCC for making it viable for everyone to put their things on the internet. And we want to say thank you to the FCC also for allowing this show, In the Jungle, to be broadcast at a fair streaming rate to all of our viewers. Stick around for more In the Jungle. Once upon a time, many moons ago, there was this cow. And it was a nice cow, it was a happy cow, it was a California cow, because California cows are happy. And it came to Auburn, Alabama. The cow journeyed from California a long ways away to Auburn, Alabama. And the cow was just walking around campus, minding its own business. And it got into Sanford Hall, the loveliest building in all of the plains. And it goes up the stairs, and it's going up the stairs and up the stairs. Minding its own business, still just doing its thing. And so the cow goes up the stairs, and it's in the bell tower of Sanford Hall. And everyone was like, oh God, what are we gonna do? There's a cow in the bell tower. So one old white man turns to another old white man, and he goes, bruh, there's a cow in our tower. What are we gonna do? And an old white man turns to the other old white man and goes, I don't know. And the white man goes, you know what? We are a cow college now. So you know what we need to do? We are going to do something about this. And so that's what they did. And then for the children, plug your ears. They got the cow and they killed it. And they chopped it up into little pieces, just itty bitty little pieces. And then they said, everybody, come to Sanford Hall and we'll have a great big barbecue. And so children and old and young, and they all came and they ate the cow because the cow is now barbecue. And that's the story of the Sanford Cower.
Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing good. Happy birthday, Seymour.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it, man.
You had a good day?
Yeah, it's been really good so far.
28.
I
Big
know.
number.
I'm getting old. Makes you feel good.
Wait,
Hey,
it's your birthday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's my birthday today.
You know what, man?
Turned 28.
It's been long enough.
What? Wait. What's this?
You know what it is. Oh yeah. You know what it is. You know.
You get out of
You know
jail
what it
free.
is.
Come on.
You know. Come on. I know you you practice it in the mirror there when I'm not around. I know you do it. Come on. Just go ahead.
It was a
I'm just-
gift. It was a
Go
gift.
ahead.
I know, but I don't get what I'm supposed to get out of jail for. What am I going to jail for?
You know, get out of jail free. What would you be in jail for? I've done it before. I've done it plenty of times. It's awful, but I've always had to get out of jail free card.
Am I supposed to do something or say? I'm saying something.
Yeah. Go ahead and say it, man.
Nah, I can't.
It's your birthday.
I know,
Come
but
on, 28.
I really can't.
It was a gift.
I will fold it up and I'll keep it in here for safety.
I insist. It's your birthday.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I don't think I can. So do I yell it really loudly or do I?
Say it however you want.
Okay, well listen. I think I gotta go, and maybe we can do.
No.
Dude, just say it. I really do. I'm really uncomfortable. You know what? It's my birthday. I'm 28. I'll say it, but I'm not comfortable with it. Okay.
All right.
Never used the hard R. 50 Shades of Grey just came out and it wasn't even rated the hard R. You never used the hard R.
God.
Never.
What the hell, man? You never use the hard R. That's common sense.
Guys, I didn't know. I thought it was get out of jail free. I've never said it before. Come on, it's get out of here. I'm using it. Here it is. It's yours. I lost it.
You're not even worthy of this chicken. My chicken. Happy birthday, bitch.
Thanks so much for watching tonight's episode of In the Jungle. We hope that you found it as amusing as we did. And if you were able to watch this episode online on Vimeo, thank you so much to the FCC for making that possible, and a special no thanks to Comcast, Verizon, and Time Warner Cable for trying to prevent that. We hope that you join us next Friday evening. We'll be in the same time, on the same place. Make sure you join us again. Have a good night. I can't actually say the word.
Damn it.
Don't drop that dun dun dun. Hey, don't drop that dun dun dun.
I'm gonna do that again because that was bad.
Leave him candy, pulls the fire alarm in the middle of the performance.